Hello, hello! This is Carla from Art with Katie. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me once again in one more video. This time we'll be planning the month of November, and I'm so very excited because I cannot believe that there's only 2 months of the year left. That's right, my friend. We're about to finish the year 2021. I cannot believe it. Honestly, I can't. But I'm really happy and really excited about the theme I bring to you this month. If you've been visiting my channel for a while, you might remember that last year I did a wonderful theme for November. The Mexican title video is actually the most visited video in my channel. So I am so happy that you're liking the content that I do. And well, I'm feeling a little bit of pressure. So this month I wanted to come out with a topic, with a theme that I know you'll like. When I think of November, the first thing that comes to my mind is Thanksgiving. You know that it is very important for me to practice thankfulness. That's why in every monthly spread, you'll see that I have one page dedicated for me to write what I'm thankful for at least once a day. It's a practice that helps us, stay present, be really aware of all the blessings that we have, and to actually enjoy them. So if you haven't started practicing thankfulness, I really recommend that to you. I think it brings a lot of light and love into our lives. So having Thanksgiving in mind made me think of Native Americans, and they have a wonderful, fantastic art that I want to have someday in my bullet journal. But thinking that I wanted to do something related to Mexico and its roots and whatnot, I was like, wow, Aztec art might be the one. Why not do something a little bit different that at least I haven't seen in a bullet journal? So I thought Aztec art will be a perfect theme for any bullet journal. So today, my friend, we're gonna be planning with that theme in mind, and I'm so very excited and grateful that you're joining me today for planning this new month. Here in Art with Katie, I share with you everything that I know about bullet journaling, some tips and tricks, and also I like to share with you what I know about art and their movements and materials. So if you like any of that, please consider subscribing to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and share the video with some of your friends. Before we start, I have to tell you that I'm using a new notebook. Yes, I finished the second notebook of the year. I usually go through 2 notebooks in 1 year, but for whatever reason, I've been starting them not in January, which is something that I would love for them to start in January, but it hasn't happened. So I might have to do that, or maybe I just, I cannot go without finishing a notebook, especially when we buy, or I try to buy notebooks that I like, love, and enjoy. Like this one, which is the one that I started in this new month. This is a notebook that Letra Azul made for me. Thank you, Cecile, once more. This is my first custom-made notebook, and Letra Azul did such a wonderful job. Thank you so much. I've been enjoying it since the moment that I unboxed it, and I've been trying it out, and now it's gonna have a full month of planning and creation. So thank you, Cecile, once again. And if you haven't seen that video, I'm gonna leave the link right here. Consider having Letra Azul making your special notebook, a custom notebook that you can make with a lot of different cover designs, thickness, of course, different sizes. She has a beautiful page, and you should just give her a call and have your first, or maybe second or third custom notebook made for you. So now that we know everything that we're gonna do this month, let's get started. We have the theme, we have the material, we have a new notebook, so get your snack and something to drink, and let's get started. I'll see you at the end of the video. Aztec art, also known as Mexica, covers everything from literature, music, dance, plastic arts, but is especially famous for its architecture, sculpture, and paintings, as well as its ceramics and jewelry. The Aztecs conquered a big chunk of Mesoamerica, or Central America if you rather. But it was the center of Mexico where they founded their capital, Tenochtitlan, a city that once upon a time was the largest in the world with a population of 200,000 people living in it. The political, social, and military organization of the Aztecs allowed them to stand out from other empires, creating for them a very strong economy and architecture. Now, as tradition explains how Aztec ancestors wandered in America for their birthplace Aztlán for around 260 years, until they found a signal which Ilopostli, one of their gods, usually represented as a hummingbird, told them, an eagle standing on a cactus eating a snake. They found their signal someplace in Texcoco Lake, where they founded their capital. That spot is now in the middle of Mexico City, which is why you can see that symbol now in the center of the Mexican flag. Underneath Mexico City, there is a lot of history, like for real. In this first spread, I wanted Quetzalcoatl to make an appearance. He's also known as the feathered snake, one of the most important gods in Mesoamerican cultures, a hybrid between a bird and a snake, whose name is formed by the combination of the Nahuatl words Quetzal, which means an emerald-feathered bird, and Coatl, which is serpent. The origin of Quetzalcoatl is found in the Toltec culture, and he is the one that represents the duality between the physical condition of man with his serpent body and his spirituality with his feathers. He was described as a man with very fair skin, a beard, and golden hair that was knowledgeable of several practices such as architecture, goldsmith, sailing, and astronomy. In Aztec times, he was recognized as the patron of priests, the inventor of the calendar and of books, and the protector of craftsmen. He was also identified with the planet Venus. Quetzalcoatl was associated with death and resurrection. He had a companion named Xolotl, a dog-headed dog. The best preserved art of the Aztecs can be found in sculptures. Most of them represented deities, were carving wood or stone, and would be huge in size. Aztecs thought their gods lived exclusively in temples or specially built residences for them, so they didn't see sculptures as a representation of them. It was common to decorate their art with jewelry. When men and women were depicted in their sculptures, they did so as young adults, since that was the age considered the best for their lives and as warriors. The Aztec sunstone is a monolith in the shape of a disc, and whose meaning is related to time, the movements of planets, and monthly cycles. The stone should look like a sun, and in its center you can see the god Tonatiuh, who in Mesoamerican religion is the sun deity of the fifth and final era, or the fifth sun. His tongue has the shape of a knife as a symbol of human sacrifice that must be offered to him to feed and reborn each day from the east, or dawn, after he travels to the underworld, or dusk. Aztec codex, as most of Central American codex, were made of special paper made of tree bark and amate. They were done by several artists depicting different pictorial traditions. This kind of art achieved a very high artistic level, so much in fact that many years later, after the Spanish conquest, it was still used, although the themes and topics were much different. Art made of or inspired in feathers was one of the Aztecs' most original expressions, especially in the crafting of mosaics. The birds they used for this craft came from the tropical forests in the south of Mexico and Guatemala. They were classified accordingly to their size, quality, and color. Quetzal green being the most valued, as well as Tlauquecholi red and the Ciutotol turquoise. The specialists of this craft were called amantecas, and they were really valued for their work. Some examples of this art can be found in different museums around the world, in the shape of shields and headdresses. One that you might have heard about is the crown of Moctezuma. In this spread, Quetzalcoatl and Huitzilopochtli make an appearance, and I just have to say that their feathers look beautiful. I saw an illustration about Larva, a Mexican store that sells clothes and accessories, and I loved it. Interestingly enough, some of the stickers I printed belong to them as well. There's something about their colors and how they're using Aztec art as inspiration as well that called to me a lot during the planning of this monthly video. I will be browsing their stores soon enough and following them on social media. And now that I mention it, don't forget to look me up on other social platforms. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram. And I also have a board in Pinterest that you can look at for inspiration, as well as one that holds all my videos and tips. I just realized that I missed one of the most important spreads of my monthly plan, which is the photo memories. I can't believe it slipped my mind, but well, it happens. Nothing that can be added at the end of the month, which in many different ways is the beauty of a bullet journal. You can add spreads to your monthlies according to your needs. And you can also modify them, edit them, and even remove them if you notice that you don't have a need for them anymore. The last spread of this video is the one dedicated to weekly planning. This month, I'll try to get some writing in the mix. Therefore, you'll see that I created a space to track the amount of words that I'll write during the week. I usually participate in NaNoWriMo, a writing challenge in which a big group of writers do everything they need to write 50,000 words during the month of November. Recently, I haven't written much, but I sure miss it, and I've been thinking about it too. I just don't know if I have the time to do it all. What I do know is that I should finish the series I was writing, and it will at least need one more book. Do you like writing? If so, you should check out this challenge. And if you're here, I'm sure you love reading. And if you happen to like reading contemporary romance, you might like my series. I might do a video later on explaining about the story and all that, but in the meantime, I leave the link to the first book in the description box. And I'll let you know that you can get it for free. End of the video. I hope that you really like the planning that I did for you. I honestly loved it. I love the colors and especially the stickers that I used this month. As you saw, you don't have to draw everything in your bullet journal. There's a lot of things that we can use to decorate and make it our own. From washi tape to stickers to designs and illustrations like the ones that I shared with you this month. And there's so many wonderful artists there that sell their art through Etsy or Society6, as you know that I just recently opened a store there. So consider maybe having those designs in your notebook. Now let's get a last flip through before we go. planning this video, I thought I was gonna find a lot of material to get inspired, and that wasn't exactly the case, although I did find those pieces that you saw me adding to my notebook, and I'm really enjoying them so very much. It reminds me a little of the video that I did on Egyptian art, well, because both of them are really ancient kind of art, but I also have some modern options for you, like the A.R.T video I did not so long ago, and you can find those in my playlist for bullet journal. There's a lot of themes that I've done, like I was telling you, Egyptian art, A.R.T, and of course from artists such as Salvador Dali and Frida Kahlo. So visit my playlist and choose the one that you like the most. If you're liking the content that I'm creating for you, consider subscribing to my channel, giving me a thumbs up, and sharing this video with your friends. Thank you once more for joining me today. Have an amazing week, a wonderful month, and I'll see you soon. Keep creative, keep safe, and always be kind. Bye! Please like and share my video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time!